Howdy, partners.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Howdy. I think you're supposed to tip your hat, Paul. Howdy. Howdy. Man, we got a lot of people watching. I'm sure we got a lot of questions to get through. Thanks for watching, everybody. And hopefully we see most of you at Kalash Bash. That's the reason we're all here. And if the hats didn't give it away, obviously the theme of Kalash Bash this year is we're taking it back to the Wild West. Somehow there were AKs there. There's actually a really cool post on the Kalash Bash Instagram where we have lore. Like, we literally have lore for the event. It kind of explains why there could be AKs in like an alternate reality Wild West setting. Highly urge you go to the Kalash Bash page and read that. That was all Tony. He came up with it, and it's pretty cool.
It actually was not all me, but ChatGPT helped a little bit with that.
AI. Super cool. Well, I think we should all introduce ourselves. My name's Clay. I run the Clayco channel here that you're all watching. I'm a co-producer of Kalash Bash. Paul.
How you doing? Paul Smith. Tattooer that tattooed at Kalash Bash last year. I've started working with Tony and Clay this year on some of the artwork for Third Pin, and looking forward to being part of it.
Yeah, some of you guys remember Paul was out there working hard. How many tattoos do you think you did last year?
Probably around, between all of us, probably around 50 over the weekend.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. We were turning and burning.
Man, so cool. Let us know in the chat if you got a tattoo at Kalash Bash last year. And not only that,
people,
but
yeah.
If you guys notice, we've had some really badass artwork, not only at Kalash Bash currently, but Lethal Weapons. We had some really cool artwork. This is the man that's responsible for all of it. And before too long, you'll start seeing his artwork on some merch. So that's going to be really cool. But all of the promos that you guys have seen for Kalash Bash and Lethal Weapons of this year, that's all Paul. And I think it's some of the best artwork we've ever had. So I am very excited to keep getting more art.
Appreciate it.
Hey, Paul, what do you have in store for Kalash Bash this year that you're going to do different?
Well, we're bringing a few more heavy hitters with me this year. We got kind of an all-star lineup coming up.
Nice.
I've got a couple guys that are confirmed, another one that's like a maybe, but should have some rock stars there this year.
Nice. So, yeah, I just want to say it's been awesome having you on board. If you guys have noticed with the artwork with Kalash Bash that our game has been leveled up, that's this guy right here. He's also going to be helping us at Third Pin starting next year in January. We're going to start rolling out our first drop with artwork that was featured from Tattoos by Paul. So if you haven't had a chance to meet him, you will see him at Kalash Bash this year with more artists doing tattoos, and they will be at the Third Pin Threads booth at the Vendor Bazaar.
Yeah, there'll be 4 or 5 of us this year, I think.
Dude, I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's going to be rad.
All right, Tony, introduce yourself for people that don't know.
Hi, I'm Tony. I'm also a co-producer of Kalash Bash Texas, co-owner of Third Pin Threads with my main man, Clay, up in the corner. I also own a company called Kyber Customs.
Well, hell yeah. See, there's some
Hell
people in
yeah,
the comments
brother.
that got tattoos, by the way, so
Yeah, I see a
awesome.
bunch in there.
So we'll get into our first topic. I'm going to show you guys a quick sheet of what we're going to get into tonight, so it'll help us stay on topic. We only have an hour before pre-reg tickets go on sale. We want to try to get as much information out as possible and to answer as many questions as possible before you guys that pre-regged buy tickets. So click off the chat here. Here's what we're going to be talking about tonight. We've already gotten through meeting Paul. That was really cool. We're going to talk about why you guys pre-regged. We had over 900. Well, right. The number was 947 pre-regged people, meaning you are going to get free access. I'm sorry, I'm talking a little too fast here. You're going to get early access to tickets a full day before everyone else does, everyone that pre-regged. We're going to talk about all the different types of tickets, what that gets you depending on the ticket that you buy. We'll talk about ticket pricing. I know that's a big question. The match structure, how the schedule kind of works depending on the ticket you buy per the match. The main event, what that looks like, the sponsors, some of the attractions that will be there. After dark, can't wait to talk about that. A lot to go over there. Airsoft 360 with aerial gunnery, the helicopter. And how to purchase as we get closer to go time at 9 o'clock. We have a lot of visuals to show you guys, and we're going to end the stream right before tickets go live with a sizzle reel of what Kalash Bash was like last year. And if there's any of you in the comments that didn't pre-reg, don't worry. If at any point we convince you to go to KB, you'll have access to tickets tomorrow. But we like to throw a bone to those that pre-reg, give them a little bit of early access. So, Tony, why don't you tell us the benefits and why we had everyone pre-register for tickets?
So we do get that question a lot. Like, what's the point of pre-registration? And it really does 3 things for us that are really kind of crucial to this process. Number 1 is the obvious. By doing a pre-reg, it gives us just kind of a little bit of an advance awareness of how the people who want to come to Kalash Bash are behaving. What is it that they're most interested in? What do they want to see more of? What do they want to see less of? So that helps us to be a little strategic on the front end. And if we need to make some last minute decisions, like so, for example, the Subgun, we made some changes to the Subgun match yesterday that we think are going to address a lot of the desires that people who are pre-regged were asking for. So it allows us to be strategic a little bit on the front end and make some last minute decisions. But the most important thing, honestly, for me is if we didn't do a pre-reg, what would end up happening is when the tickets go live, what would end up happening is we'd see about 2 to 3 times as much traffic on the ticket website all at one time. We have yet to have the ticket website crash, but I'm sure at some point it's bound to happen with just the amount of people. Last year, our match tickets sold out in like 14 minutes, and that's insane. So there's a lot that we do to notify our ticket website, but also with pre-reg, we can throttle the amount of traffic at one time. So that's the big reason why.
Very cool. And really quick, I know the comment section's blowing up right now. So we're going to have a dedicated section of this live stream where we're going to try to answer just a fire sale, get through as many questions as possible. If we don't get to your question while we're getting through some of these topics, just save it. And we'll announce a point where we're really going to pay attention to comments and try to get through them as much as possible. But some of the things we're going to go over will probably answer your questions now. So why don't we get into the types of tickets that will be available that you'll see at 9 p.m. tonight when they go live. So you want to talk about the match tickets, the different types Tony, since we have new match tickets that are available this year?
Why don't you, we've got that image and we can just go down the line real quick.
Cool. And that'll show people ticket prices as well?
Yeah.
All right.
So we're going to give you all a little bit of a preview on ticket pricing this year. So there are quite a few tickets to select. What we'll do is we'll kind of go through and describe to you what each one does. And then we'll kind of explain a couple scenarios. If you're camping, if you're not camping, if you're shooting the match, if you're coming to spectate, if you're shooting the match, but your girlfriend's coming with you, we'll go through a couple quick scenarios to explain to you which ticket it is that you need. The first ticket is our general admission ticket, and that is a spectator ticket. It gets you access into the main event for the entire weekend. So if you buy that ticket, you can come on Saturday, and you can stay all the way through Sunday. You'll have access to the main event, which is where the vendor demos are happening, live fire demos, food trucks, et cetera, et cetera. Underneath that, you're going to see 6 different Kalash competition tickets. 3 of them will say Kalash Rifle. The first 3, Kalash Rifle. And then the number 4, 5, and 6 will say Kalash Subgun. And what we essentially did was we separated each competition ticket by day. So if you're planning on shooting the Kalash Rifle match on Saturday, you will select Kalash Rifle Competition Saturday. If you're also wanting to shoot the Subgun match on a different day, you can purchase that as well. So let's say you wanted to shoot that on Sunday. You would select the Kalash Subgun Competition Sunday and add that to your cart as well. We will go through the match structure a little more in depth as we get further into this live stream. But for now, those are your options for the competition tickets. Okay. So the next thing you're going to want to decide is if you want to stay on site for the entire weekend without having to leave. If you don't want to do a hotel, let's say that you really want the entire Kalash Bash experience, you would want to camp at Camp Kalashnikov. And what this ticket does is it's a ticket that covers each individual person. So let's say that you have 3 people in your group that want to camp. You'll need to purchase 3 of these. And what this allows you to do is a couple of cool things. Number one, it allows you to come to the property early. Kalash campers are allowed to have early access into the property. The other thing that it does is, again, you don't have to leave the property. You can park your vehicle and you can dry camp out at the campground, and you can stay there through the entire weekend. The latest is Sunday at 7 p.m., I believe, is when they want campers to leave. But that's a pretty awesome deal because, you know, the nearest hotels, there's a couple small motels in Eagle Lake, but from there, you're either going to be in Columbus or Sealy. And what's that? Like 45-minute drive, Clay? Each way? I can't hear you. You're muted.
Camping where it's at.
About 25 minutes each way. Two completely different directions. So, you know, you're talking almost an hour round trip. It's definitely way worth it to camp. And I'm sure Tony's already stated, some of you already know we have showers and bathrooms available on site. We're moving the food trucks on site earlier this year. We're going to have more available. So those of you that are always wanting to leave and try to eat and come back, we're trying to make it as easy as possible for you to not have to leave. We're trying to have everything there where you can get to the campsite, do your thing, and be ready for the nighttime activities without ever having to leave.
Where the party's at. That's the fun area.
Right.
Yeah, Paul, how would you describe the campsite?
It's kind of a festival, like, you know what I mean? It was awesome. We had people group up and kind of have collections of tents and make little camps with multiple people. And yeah, we brought all our cooking stuff and cooked all our own food, and it was great.
Yeah, I see a couple of people in the comments are making a note of the distance from Sealy and Columbus. So it looks like Sealy is closer to about a 30-minute drive out and Columbus maybe 20 minutes. So it's not that bad. But with that being said, for those of y'all who are shooting the match, the hammer drops on the match at 8 a.m. and we're recommending that you're on site as early as like 7:15. If you haven't checked in, you definitely want to be in at 7 o'clock to go through registration. So anyways, just make sure that you're factoring that into your entire full day experience, is the commute in and out, and also just the registration process. Okay, so do you mind pulling that image back up? And I'm going to go through a couple of scenarios. So if you're bringing an RV, we have 16 RV parking spots. These tickets sell out really quick. So it's $200 and it's an RV parking spot, but you also get service. So I think they've got some 30 and 50 amp options for RVs there. And that's also just like camping. It's for the entire weekend. You can bring your RV and do early arrival and stay through Sunday. It's pretty cool to see the RV parking area because that place fills up and it's like 16 giant, RVs. It looks like an Ozzy Osbourne festival. And then the last thing is helicopter aerial gunnery. I would ask if there's anyone in the comments that did the helicopter aerial gunnery, maybe to pipe up in the comments and let people know how your experience was, if you enjoyed it, if it's something that you would recommend for someone who maybe hasn't done it yet. But it's a pretty cool experience. And for the price that they charge, it's a reduced cost because they're able to spread it out over the entire weekend for all the people doing it. You would spend substantially more if you wanted to go drive out to where they do the aerial gunnery on site at their facility and do it that way. It's pretty expensive, but coming out to the event, they're able to do it at a significantly reduced cost. And it's a pretty wild experience. If you've never done it before, this is something you definitely want to put on your bucket list. So
I want to try it.
So let's see here. Let's go through a couple scenarios. I see a couple people, they always ask, if I'm buying a competition ticket and I want to hang out for the entire weekend, do I still also have to purchase a general admission ticket? And the answer to that is no, you don't. The general admission is built into the competition ticket. So that's what we love about the competition being separated now into individual days, is now you can come out and you can shoot the entire match, let's say on Friday, and then you have the full day Saturday, full day Sunday to really kind of check out from being in that frame of mind and really enjoy the whole main event experience versus how we did it before with the AM PM structure. We got a lot of feedback from shooters that said it was really, really hard to focus on the main event, knowing that you had a match you had to catch later on in the day. So hopefully by spreading that out, that's a huge improvement to our match structure. Let's see here.
So I've got, if you want to go ahead and get into the match structure, we can, if that covers everything we need to talk about as far as tickets go.
No, let me just cover a couple more things. So just for clarification, if somebody wants to camp at Camp Kalashnikov, they have to have a Camp Kalashnikov ticket. So they cannot only buy a Camp Kalashnikov ticket and hang out all weekend long. They also have to either buy a general admission or a competition ticket. That's what covers the main event and the competition experience. The Camp Kalashnikov ticket only covers the campgrounds and staying on site over the entire weekend. If you are RV parking, you have to purchase the RV parking ticket. That's what covers your RV. And then everybody within your RV also has to have a Camp Kalashnikov ticket. And what it is the RV parking area is right next door to the campground. So y'all are able to walk back and forth, hang out at the campground as long as you want. Then you just walk back over to your RV.
Yeah, it's two separate areas.
I think for the most part, it's pretty straightforward. If you're only coming, so let's say you're shooting the match and you're bringing your wife or your girlfriend or your best friend with you, but they're not shooting and they just want to hang out and walk the stages with you and watch you shoot. You would purchase your competition ticket for yourself and then a general admission ticket for your friend or your girlfriend. And let's say you decided that you wanted to both camp. You would have to buy a Camp Kalashnikov ticket for each of you. And then for the most part, you're pretty much set.
Here's a good question, Tony.
Okay. Very good question. So we realized that we're going to have a lot of people who want to shoot both the rifle and the subgun. So we created a coupon code, and it's only valid if you're doing both. You have to have a rifle competition ticket and a subgun competition ticket in your cart, and it has to be for the same person. So you can't be buying a competition ticket for rifle for you and subgun for your buddy, and it won't apply. It has to be registered under the same name. But let's say that you're shooting the rifle competition on Friday and the subgun on Sunday, and you add both of those to your cart, you can use discount code Pistolero. I guess maybe we should. Do we have a way to pin comments, Clay?
Yeah, Rachel, type that in Pistolero, or Tony, if you type it in, I can pin it.
I just typed it in and I entered it. And Rachel, if you could maybe just pin that comment. That's the coupon code. The email that I sent out yesterday also has it in there too. So if you type that in, you can get a $50 discount off of the Subgun match ticket. And we hope that that will really kind of open up some opportunities. The other thing that we did was we made some changes to the match divisions to include a lot more than only just the AK subguns. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions about that. But Clay, do you mind just ringing off like a lot of the big ones that people can bring out and shoot the subgun match?
Let me answer this question really quick.
Okay.
Big Banks says, what if I plan to camp but want to lock in my comp ticket now? It's Christmas, hard to drop 400 for both at the moment. There, no rush on your camping pass. If you want to go ahead and get your comp ticket done now, get that. You can always come back later and get your camping ticket. It doesn't matter. The camping, that's whenever you want. As long as you have a general admission, a rifle match ticket, or a subgun ticket, that gets you in the event. General admission gets you in the event. Both match tickets get you in the event.
Right.
Buy the match ticket that you want to shoot. That also gets you in the event. If you decide you want to camp 2 weeks from now and you've already got your match ticket, come in later and buy as many camp passes as you need. If some of you guys can't afford to get everything you need, I would say prioritize match tickets tonight. The rifle match usually doesn't last the night. It hasn't for the past 3 years. So get the match tickets you want. Get the camp passes when you can, if you can. I would try to get everything tonight. I never know how fast everything else sells, but we do know the match ticket sells extremely fast.
Yeah, it's important to note that this property is only so big, and at the last Kalash Bash, we really did kind of push to capacity in just how many vehicles that we can fit into the property. As much as we'd love to continue selling as many tickets as possible, and I certainly do think there's certain parts of the property that can handle more people. One of the conversations that we did have with the venue is ultimately what is our limitation to how many people we can have coming in and out without it becoming, pretty chaotic. So there is going to be a limit. And last year we had 325 shooters because we were only doing an 8-stage rifle match. Now that we're also including the subgun match, we will end up somewhere around 600 shooters this year, which is absolutely insane. And probably unprecedented. I don't know too many matches out there that have 600 shooters over a weekend, but I'm sure there are some. I just don't know of too many. So with that type of activity happening with the competition, and also with the amount of spectators, because I want to say like last year there was like maybe 800 or 900 spectators that came out. We're going to be really pushing capacity. So I agree with Clay. Prioritize your competition tickets. But there's no like unlimited amount. Like there is a finite amount of tickets for all of these. So, all right. So,
hold your question, guys. Let's get through the match structure really quick, and then we'll go back to ticket questions.
Yeah.
So if I'm missing a ton of questions.
Most of the questions y'all are asking, we're going to be answering. So just Correct. Watch. We'll get through. We're pretty much almost about halfway through our things that we're talking about. Okay, so match structure. This is different from last year. Last year, we were only hosting a rifle competition, and they were not full day matches. And we tried this structure out at Lethal Weapons just to kind of test the waters and see how it went. And we really liked how it went. And so now, for the first time at Kalash Bash, we're going to go to doing a full day structure on the Kalash rifle competition, which means you'll be shooting all 8 of your stages in a single day. You will choose to do it either on Friday, on Saturday, or Sunday. And the majority, all 8 stages will be in one central area, which means there shouldn't really be any driving your vehicle and walking from one end of the property to the other. You'll be able to park your vehicle and pretty much shoot all 8 stages within walking distance. So we didn't really talk a lot about that, Clay, but now that in fact, I just sent you the map of the rifle stages. If you want to pull that up, people can actually see what that looks like. But hopefully that will help make it so that there's not so much traffic and people having to drive back and forth during the match while it's happening.
So in the comments, those of you that shot Lethal Weapons, holla at your boy. But you guys know that we tried something very new at Lethal Weapons. We've always done AM PM, where you shoot 4 stages one day, 4 stages the next day. And we got some really good feedback from you guys. I was actually shooting the match at Lethal Weapons, and some of you, you let me have it, what stuff that you like at the event, stuff that you don't like. And I appreciate that. And a really good piece of feedback that we got was, someone said, hey, I love how you guys did 8 stages in a day at Lethal Weapons at KB. It's cool and all, but we're so focused on like being where we need to be when noon comes around to go shoot our PM time that we don't really hang out with vendors all that much. We're just so worried about being on time. Same thing goes for the guys shooting AM. They have to be there super early. They shoot 4 stages. They have to go put their gear away for a couple of hours, and they're kind of smoked after that. So I was thinking, well, shit, if I'm shooting KB, I would want to shoot all 8 stages in a day as well. Then there's only one schedule to keep up with, my match. I don't have to try to shoot half my match and, get to the vendor I want to see. And we heard everyone loud and clear. So people seem to really appreciate that. The subgun match, obviously, you're still shooting the full subgun match in a day. You're just choosing, are you shooting the full thing at the first half of the day, second half of the day, and which day are you doing that? So you'll see all of that laid out clearly when you're buying your tickets.
Yeah, so the subgun match is really a half match. It's because it's only 4 stages, and I'm going to have Clay pull the maps up here in just a minute to explain it. But so these are the 8 rifle stages where we're planning on running them, and so with the stages all there, most people will be able to park their vehicle one time, and they'll be able to walk to all 8 stages without having to move their vehicle. So we really love that we're able to centralize them all that way. We're not going to be using, obviously, the long range. That's going to allow us to expand camp, to have more campers out there on the campsite, and we won't have to worry about having any firing happening on those long range stages. The subgun stages you'll see are going to be held over in the 360 bay all the way past the gold sponsor bays. So all 4 subgun stages are going to be in this giant 360-degree bay. So similar to kind of what we did with the rifles, you'll park your vehicle and you can shoot the entire 4-stage subgun match without having to move all over the property. Okay. So someone's asking what a subgun is. A subgun is a rifle that shoots a pistol caliber. So an AK that shoots 9mm, for example, or there you go, or an MP5, it shoots 9mm. It's still technically considered a rifle because it has a stock on it. You can run them in pistol format as long as they have a brace on them. But for the most part, we call it subgun because of the caliber that it shoots. So going back to, do you mind pulling up the image of the match structure one more time, Clay? I just want to clarify one thing. When you go in and purchase your subgun competition ticket, it's going to ask you Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Don't worry about AM, PM at this time. You're just focusing on the day. What will happen is as we get further into the sales cycle, you'll start to receive communication from Practice Score, and Practice Score will essentially say, it's time to squad. And when that happens is where you will select if you are AM or PM. That gives you time to kind of plan how your weekend is going to play out. What is it that you want to do? It gives you a little bit of time to decide if you want to do AM or PM on subgun. Because keep in mind, you're going to shoot, if you're shooting a full day rifle match one day, you may want to give yourself a day to chill and relax and have a good time before you go and shoot the subgun on another day. So don't worry too much about AM, PM right now. Just focus on what day you want to shoot the subgun match.
And don't buy 2 match tickets for yourself on the same day. You can't shoot the same match on the same day. You can't shoot them both in one day.
Mm-mm.
All right.
Okay, so
before our next topic gets into main event, why don't we let's go 5 minutes until 8:35. Any ticketing questions that you guys have, go ahead and drop them now. Yeah. We'll try to get to as many as possible.
Questions about tickets or the match?
And I really appreciate, we have over 200 people watching, so I really appreciate you guys coming and getting this info so you can make educated, buying decisions, and you can bring your questions. That's very nice.
We put a lot of, several hours a day at nighttime trying to be as organized as possible, make sure our communication is helpful to y'all, working with Paul to make sure that our artwork is on point and setting kind of the stage for the theme for this year. By the way, the Cowboys and Banditos, the hype and the memes have been pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
Carbonar, if we're working and shooting Rifle Friday, what day should I shoot the subgun? So for staffers, we probably won't have you work staff and be shooting a match the same day. If you're working staff, then we need you for that shift. So Tomislav,
we'll try to recruit. We'll try to recruit volunteers before squatting opens. So hopefully that's helpful. Or maybe we'll do volunteers after squatting, so everyone can pick when they want to shoot first, and then they can decide if they want to volunteer with the openings. Maybe that's a better.
Ryan says the subgun tickets are cheaper. Are they good for general as well?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Either match ticket gets you in the full event. Either one. If you just bought a subgun ticket, welcome to Kalash Bash. You get to come do the whole freaking thing. The after party, the access to the prize table, everything. Every match ticket comes with a general admission ticket. Just look at it that way.
So the subgun match is priced a little lower because it's only 4 stages instead of 8. The other thing too is that the rifle competition includes one of the match T-shirts or the event T-shirts. Those are included with those tickets. They're not with the subgun competition. Just so we can make sure we hit the price right on those tickets, you'll have to pay for that shirt. We also know that a lot of people shooting subgun are also shooting the rifle. So I think most people prefer to have a better price on the subgun than get 2 shirts.
Right. No shoot house this year because the extra match, the extra subgun match is kind of filling that niche. It's basically taking up an entire base. So no shoot house this year. No handguns at the match. You can't shoot handguns at the match. If you're going to have a handgun on you, it needs to be concealed. No open carry. That's been a rule every year. That's a venue rule, not us. Let's see. Will there be a website tonight for buying the tickets? Yes.
Yes.
Yep. ClashBashTickets.com, 9 tonight. If you pre-regged, use the same email, you'll be able to buy tickets.
We'll cover that here in a little bit, but basically, if you go to the Kalash Bash Texas website, there's a button that says Tickets Live. Technically, they don't go live until tomorrow for everybody else. That's why it shows tomorrow's date. But because you pre-registered, you're getting early access. But when you click on it right now, it's going to tell you that registration is closed. That's because we haven't opened it yet. Once we open it and you click on it, it's going to show you all the tickets, but that's not happening until 9 o'clock.
Are there overland tickets?
There will be overland camping, but you don't have to pay extra for that. So as long as you pay for the Camp Kalashnikov ticket, there will be a dedicated area for overland parking. And
we're pretty strict. You have to be camping in your vehicle, not like a tent next to your car. We're pretty strict on that. So
we'll
you guys with actual overland vehicles, we're pretty strict.
We'll have to probably do a live stream and invite all the campers to watch because we got to tighten things up at camp a little bit. There's a couple things that we need to talk about with that, but we'll do a separate live stream for that.
Camping was pretty wild till late.
Do you have to camp to do the comp? Nope. You are not required to camp for anything at all. If you want to stay and not leave for 3 days, camp. You do not have to camp to do anything at KB. Can we buy camp, RV, and comp tickets in one cart to check out?
Yes.
Yes.
If you pre-regged, 9 p.m. tonight, Central Standard, less than 30 minutes from now.
There's no special link. You don't have to watch your emails. Just go to the website at 9 p.m. And when you click on the ticket button, if it says registration closed, just give it a minute. It might take a minute, to update, but
check the description, everyone. I've linked the website in the description of this live stream. That takes you right to our website.
Yeah. You pay for the tickets on our website. You can buy multiple tickets, yes.
You don't have to buy them just as long as every physical human that is camping at Kalash Bash has a camp pass. That's what's required.
And that camp pass is good for the entire weekend.
Oh, yeah, good point. Not every night. You don't have to buy one per night, one for the entire event. Yeah. Check-in process. We'll cover that a little bit later. Some people that have pre-registered, we've had a handful of people say that they never got the email. Check your spam folder. Check every single folder that you have. every person that has sent us a DM saying that they pre-registered but didn't get an email, we've seen that you've all pre-registered. So even though you might not see the email come through, if you did pre-register, your email will unlock the website for you. I promise you.
So yeah. So what's going to happen is when you click on tickets, because it's only the only people that are going to be able to buy tickets tonight are people who pre-registered. And in order to prevent people who didn't pre-register from buying, when you click on the ticket button, it's going to ask you for your name and email address. When you type that in, if you're pre-registered, it will then take you to the page where the tickets are.
One shooter and one camp ticket gets you in for the entire event. Yep, that's all you
Correct.
need.
I know that you guys already addressed the idea of pistols, but I've seen a couple of people ask about, as part of the LARP, can you do airsoft pistols, stuff like that?
I'll tell you what, I've had this question come up a bunch. We can't have people LARPing with real guns. I had it in my notes to reach out to the property about toy guns, like clearly fake pistols for, like, revolvers and holsters.
Yeah.
Let me circle back on that. This is
I can tell you, I've spoke with Matt about this. It's not a problem, but the firearm needs to very clearly, be a prop gun.
Be fake, yeah. Okay.
Right.
Well,
and at any given time, an RSO may ask to check and verify. And if there's a loaded firearm or even a real firearm that's being strapped and walked around, if you're not participating in the competition itself, they're going to ask you to put it away. And the same thing applies at the campground. There cannot be any handling of real firearms at the campground. So make sure that they're in cases, locked away, put up.
Yep.
When you're out there, it doesn't matter what time of the day at the campground, they got to be locked up.
All right. Couple more here. They go live here in about 30 minutes. Emails have already gone out. Let's see. Couple more ticket questions, and then we'll move on to.
There's not any emails that y'all need. Don't wait for an email. Don't check your emails. It's not going there. Just go to the Kalash Bash website at 9 p.m. and that's when the ticket purchase will open. If you go there right now, it's not going to let you do it. You have to wait until 9 p.m.
Correct, David. So we choose the day to shoot for a rifle match at the time. Yes. So you'll see rifle match Saturday, rifle match Friday, rifle match Sunday. Pick the day that you want to shoot. Same thing goes for Subgun. It'll say Friday a.m. or Friday p.m. and so on for Saturday and Sunday. Pick the ticket based on the day that you want to shoot that particular match.
It won't say a.m. p.m. for Subgun. So
that's okay. So squatting, later in squatting, you'll choose. Got it.
It's going to tell you what day for the rifle match and what day for Subgun, and you just select the correct day.
All right. We're going a little over time, so we're going to get back to the next topic, which is main event, what to expect at the main event. And since we only have about 22 minutes left, we'll kind of get through these a little quick. Basically, guys, the main event, those of you that have been to Kalash Bash, you know exactly what to expect. We have vendors in bays, everything from our bronze vendors, silver, all the way up to our gold vendors, doing everything, demoing machine guns, demoing brand new products, giving stuff away at their booths. I'll be helping out doing some demos. Think of it as like a little mini SHOT Show just for brands focused around AKs. And a lot of these brands have nothing to do with AKs. We have roller lock companies coming out. We have FAL type companies coming out, surplus companies. I know, Paul, that's right up your freaking alley. If you're into AKs, we're really selective with the vendors that we allow to come out here, that you guys would like them, or that they would even be relevant at this event. You're not going to find like a bunch of people selling Glocks or like Kydex holsters here that you see everywhere else. We really do go the extra mile to make sure if you come to Kalash Bash, you see Kalash stuff and things that are, intersections with what you might be interested in. So that's going on for 2 days. So Saturday and Sunday, these vendors are out there all day from open until close just to see all of you guys. They want you to come to their booths. They want you to shoot their guns. They want you to shoot their machine guns. The majority of these vendors, it's all free. You walk up and just test them. Some of the vendors are renting machine guns, like machine guns that you'll probably never see again in your lifetime. Some hyper rare stuff that you have access to. We have Sherps driving around giving people rides, tanks giving people rides. If you bought a ticket, the helicopters giving people rides, and we'll touch on that a little bit later. This is all happening for 2 solid days. And with any purchase of one of those tickets, 2 match or general admission, you can stay for 2 days and do every bit of that. Did I miss anything, Tony?
No, That was good. The main event is like the one. I just want to maybe mention this. There's a lot of time and intent behind making the main event have so many things happening that it's not like you show up and then 10 minutes later you're like, okay, now what do I do? The main event has so much stuff happening. We have a free airsoft 360 area where you can shoot 3v3 with your friends. There's no cost. You don't have to pay for that. You just show up. Evike and High Ground will be there. There we go. There's the airsoft stuff. It's so cool. You've got helicopter aerial gunnery. We'll have a Sherp out there. Sherp is bringing their shit. There's like I think we've got somewhere around 16 vendors that are our gold sponsors. They're going to have giant booths with guns. Gun NATO will be out there, machine gun rentals. You're not going to be able to do it all in one day. So I would expect that if you really want to come out and experience everything at Kalash Bash, give yourself at least 2 days, at least 2 full days. We have a concert happening Saturday night, like big deal, big stage, loud music. It's going to be freaking awesome.
We got the bonfire going this year.
Yeah. So let's get into After Dark. So this is probably, I would say, the highlight of what Kalash Bash is now. We put so much effort into making the After Dark experience simply amazing for what you're paying. So the best way I can describe the After Dark experience is, we all hear like the lore of these crazy SHOT Show after parties that you got to like be invited to. Man, at Kalash Bash last year, we had a big professional stage with a couple of bands that came out. We had a Rage Against the Machine cover band who is like the best in Texas at what they do. And we had a headliner, a Slipknot cover band, Sick, that
they're awesome.
Almost started a freaking riot multiple times. Amazing. So loud the neighbors were calling the range trying to shut the thing down.
Oh, yeah.
Bonfire that is massive. And, Matt, one of the range owners, he's gotten really good at like knowing just the right time to light the fire. His timing is impeccable with his flamethrower. He's so good at it. And, typically we'll have some like nighttime airsoft stuff going on. We're working on that right now. And all the while, you have a tent city happening behind After Dark, just a sea of tents. Hundreds of you camped last year, almost 400 campers last year. Tons of people cooking for themselves. I heard there was like a karaoke jam going on at someone's campsite, like everything going on.
Yes, there was.
Craziness. So, this year at the After Dark, and keep in mind, After Dark is not an upsell. There's no extra charge. It's available for any ticket. Any ticket that gets you in Kalash Bash gets you to After Dark. It's all included, 100%. And
this is a way for us to really elevate the value of the event to y'all.
Yes.
It's a huge investment to rent a stage, have audio visual, to pay the talent, and just the resources to be able to do that. It's a huge investment on our part. But at the end of the day, for us, it's important that y'all see this as a full weekend adventure. Come out, drop your shit off. Don't think about work. Don't think about anything else, and just enjoy the entire weekend. To be able to put on a proper after party for y'all is something that's extremely important to us. And this year, we're actually going to be doing the main part of the award ceremonies at the After Dark on stage. So we encourage everybody to make sure that Saturday night is going to be the night for the biggest party ever. We're going to do a bunch of giveaways. We already have 2 amazing bands lined up to come out and completely crush it. We want to Woodstock 99 it. That's the only thing we're going to say.
There's Charlie. I know he's in the comments. Freaking Leatherface running around while Matt's lighting the fire with his flamethrower.
Okay, I want to just I'm seeing a couple questions I think we need to address real quick. There's no email going out. You just go to the website at 9 p.m., which is in 16 minutes, and click on the tickets button. And if you pre-registered, it's going to ask you for your name and email, and you're going to enter that. If you pre-registered, it's going to take you to the page where you buy your tickets. There's no link going to your email. It's on the website. And then someone else had asked, if you're buying a Kalash competition ticket, you do not have to buy a general admission ticket also for yourself. If you have someone coming with you who's not competing, they need one. But if it's just you, you purchase a Kalash competition ticket, doesn't matter what day, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and that ticket gets you access to the main event for the entire weekend. So if you buy a Sunday Kalash competition ticket, subgun or rifle, doesn't matter. If you buy a Sunday Kalash competition ticket, you can come out and you can experience the main event on Saturday all day and then shoot the match on Sunday.
Good question. Are match tickets transferable from one day to another if I find I have a conflict? The problem is they wouldn't be transferable if we're sold out because we wouldn't have a spot to transfer you into. For instance, if you bought a Friday ticket and you figure out later, I'd rather go Saturday. If all the Saturday tickets are sold out, unfortunately, I just don't have a place to put you. Yeah. So
you could trade if you found someone who had a Saturday and wanted to shoot Friday.
It turns into a barter system at that point.
Yeah.
You know,
someone also asked about what if they don't know what gun they're going to shoot? You don't have to select divisions or any of that today. That happens later.
Soon. You got months to figure that out.
Well, a month maybe. We're going to start squatting late January. So about
the way practice score works, you can change your division at any time. You can go pick your squad, pick your division. You can go back and practice score up until a certain point and change your division. Anyone that shot a match, you guys know the deal. You can change divisions if you want.
Right. Clay, I'd like to go ahead and talk about what everyone needs to have on hand when they get to the ticket screen and how to make the purchase smooth. Can we go ahead and pivot into that?
Yep, let's go.
All right. So let me go guide y'all through the process. Okay. First of all, if you go right now and try to buy a ticket, it's going to tell you registration is closed. You have to wait. We still have 13 minutes.
Yep.
At 9 o'clock sharp, I'm going to hit the button here, and it's going to take a couple seconds. Okay, you may have to refresh. But when you hit that ticket button, it's going to ask you for your name and your email address. That's because if you pre-reg, you're good to go. If you did not pre-reg, it's not going to let you in. If you did not pre-reg, you can come back, and at 9 in the morning, go through the process. You don't have to enter in a name and email. You just go and buy your tickets. But for now, this is only for people who pre-regged. The very first screen is going to ask you for your name and email address. You need to use the same email address you used to pre-register, not your work email or your junk email. Use whatever email you used for that. That should let you in. Once you're in, you have to select your tickets. So if you are in charge of buying tickets for you and your homeboys or you and your girlfriend, you need a couple things. You need their full name and you need their email address, because as you purchase tickets, it's going to have you assign names and email addresses to each of those tickets. Please do your best to assign tickets to the right people. It's okay if there's a mistake there. We can fix that later on. But 1,000 people sending emails saying, hey, I didn't do this right. It's just more work for us on the back end. Take your time. Put the right name and the right email address for the right tickets. Okay. That way we know who's who and who's shooting the match, who's coming in general mission, who's camping. We have names associated with the right tickets. If you're shooting the rifle competition and the subgun match, one person, there is a coupon code you can use. It will only work if you're assigning a rifle ticket and a subgun ticket to the same person. The coupon code is Pistol Arrow. We had it in the comments earlier. I'll type it in here again one more time.
I got it right here.
There we go.
My ninja.
If you use that code and you have a Kalash rifle competition and a Kalash subgun competition ticket under your name, it will apply a $50 discount to the subgun ticket. Keep in mind, if a coupon is somehow applied and that's not there, it'll automatically cancel the ticket when it's done. So don't try unless you're doing it under both names. Be very conscious that you're selecting the right tickets, because if you accidentally choose subgun but you meant to pick rifle and it's over with, there's not anything that we're going to be able to do about it, because it's going to be tomorrow morning before we're going into all the emails, right? So you have one chance to really do it right. So just make sure you're paying attention and selecting the right ticket. Before you hit purchase, you can review everything to make sure it looks right and then hit it through. Let's see here. That should be it. You should see a confirmation when you select, finalized sale or whatever it is. You should receive an email to your email saying, here's your order confirmation. Okay. If for whatever reason shit goes down and there's a mistake, email us as soon as you can. But just so y'all know, it will be tomorrow morning before we're able to catch up. So I can't really think of anything else. Let's see. Are there any questions?
like Tony said, I know it takes time, and I know there are some freaking veterans in the comment section that have gone through this ticket buying process, and they are like ready because they know how fast it happens.
Yeah. Clay, do you mind pulling up the image of all the tickets just so that it can make sense for someone who maybe is just hopping in right now?
Yes.
Okay. This is what the ticket structure should look like. It'll look a little different, but they'll be arranged almost the same exact way. When you go in to purchase your tickets, it's going to ask you general admission. If you're not shooting the match and you just want to come spectate the event, you buy that. If you're wanting to shoot the competition, you have to select the correct competition and what day. So if you want to shoot subgun on Saturday, then you select that one. If you also want to shoot rifle on Friday, then you add that one to your cart as well. If you're camping, every single person in your group needs a Camp Kalashnikov ticket. If you're wanting to RV, you add the RV parking ticket to your cart for the RV. If you want to shoot helicopter aerial gunner, you add that to your cart. It's pretty straightforward. Yes, general admission tickets are limited. We have a capacity in what we can fit on the property. So I don't anticipate that general admission will sell out as fast as the competition. Last year, the rifle competition tickets sold out in 14 minutes. I don't think I don't think it'll happen that way this year because we have subgun as well. We have twice as many shooters, so I don't anticipate they'll sell out as fast as last year. But the hype for this event has been more than any other event. So,
Red, the match tickets probably won't last the hour. Subgun, don't know. It's the first time we've had a side subgun match at KB, so I have no data on that. But
yeah,
the rifle match, that's why you want to get pre-reg. The rifle match won't last the hour. It hasn't for the past few years.
You're going to have some time on camp if you need to come back in a week or two and buy camp because we are going to have more campers this year. But with all the things going on, every year we have more people camping than the previous, so it's hard to tell.
That's where the fun's at.
Yeah,
I'll
that
submit that to Dissident. I'll let them pass judgment on that. A Glock with a switch and a brace.
By the way, if y'all have questions about is my gun, can I shoot this, can I shoot that, you'll need to get in touch with our match directors. Go to our event website, and there's a link there for their email to email the match directors about questions about the match. They're really the people you have to talk to.
Website pulled up, credit card out, pants down. I'm ready.
Yes. I love that. All right. We've got 7 minutes.
Yes, Jamie. Everyone staying in your RV is technically camping, so they'll need camping passes.
If you got to take a pee-pee break, now's the time.
I would show you guys the sizzle reel, but I feel like there's still a lot of questions coming in. I just want to make sure we get as many answered as possible. Here's a good one. Can we sleep in our cars in the parking lot? In the main parking lot? No. If you're sleeping out at KB, you need to be camping, and just get yourself a little tent and go sleep at the campsite. At least put some effort into actually camp. Now, that being said, we do separate the parking from all the tents. We don't let people park next to their tents. I mean, at 4 a.m, if you go walk all the way back to your car in the camp parking lot and sleep in it, I wouldn't know. But let's just say it's frowned upon. But you do you, man. Our kids allowed at the event. I believe the age with a guardian is 16. Is that correct, Tony? I always forget the age.
16 with an adult, yeah.
That's right. Also a venue rule, not our rule. Would you show the ticket screen again? Yes, I will. General admission gets you in. Any of the match tickets also get you in. If you and your homie are coming out and y'all want to shoot the match, get 2 match tickets. You guys don't need general admission. If you're shooting the rifle match, buy a rifle ticket. Buy it on the day that you want to shoot. Either buy it for Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, like you're seeing there. If you want to shoot the subgun, same thing. Just purchase the day that you want to shoot. That's it. You don't need general admission if you're buying a match ticket of any kind.
Yeah, I highly recommend that y'all add, if you're shooting the Kalash rifle competition, it's going to ask you what shirt size you wear. That's because a main event shirt is included with the Kalash rifle competition. But if you're not shooting a Clash rifle, if you want a shirt, you can add it on in the checkout phase of everything. And they're only $25 if you prepay for them. But let me tell you something. This year, the event shirt is going to be the most legit because this guy right here.
It looked good. Yep.
Paul has elevated our artwork and just overall collateral game to another level.
Yeah, you guys have to admit, I think the Lethal Weapon shirt's probably the best shirt we've ever done. Just the color that we picked, the front artwork, the artwork on the back, the individual artwork for the awards. The artwork was so good.
We're gonna do it up.
Mm-hmm.
Are we allowed to walk around with loaded mags in a chest rig? Mags are not a problem. If you can walk around with mags in your chest rig, that's not a problem. Clay, we want the sizzle. Is there a wedding chapel in case someone wants to spontaneously give me a green card? Pascal, I hope. I hope so, dude. Maybe. All right, guys, we're approaching 4 minutes. So many tabs are open on everyone's screen right now. I can just see it now.
Okay, if the website crashes, it's not our fault. We tried to do everything we could in our part to throttle down the amount of people on the website by doing pre-reg.
There's no special website. They're just, the tickets are not unlocked yet. They'll be unlocked in about 3 minutes. Everyone, the link is right in the description. It's clashbashtx.com. The link's in the description. Just as soon as it's go time, you can literally click right down below. I'll show you the website now while we have a couple of minutes here. This is the website. I'm on it right now. You'll see you got a buy ticket tab here. There's buy ticket buttons all over the website, by the way. Tickets live right there. That'll turn into a buy now button here shortly. And by the way, this the website has any question you can possibly think of. We had the whole thing's basically an FAQ. So feel free at any point, read it over. Oh, yeah, the airsoft was so dope last year. But yeah, you guys should be seeing what I'm seeing. This is what the website looks like. There'll be a big buy now button right here and a big buy now button right there. Here in a couple minutes.
Man, I got my finger on the trigger. Clay, when you tell me, when you say go, I'm going to hit the button. And everyone, if you give it like 5 seconds and hit refresh, you should be good to go.
Hell yeah.
Have your credit cards ready.
What we'll
Make
do
sure
is
you select the right days.
as soon as I see 9
the
o'clock,
wrong one and the tickets sell out, we're going to be limited on how we can help.
Yeah.
Make sure you have names and email addresses for the right people. If you're buying tickets for multiple people, make sure that you have the correct names and email addresses registered to the right people. Code Pistolero if you're doing Kalash Rifle and Kalash Subgun for the same person. If you're going to do Rifle on Friday and Subgun on Sunday, you can use that code and it will save you $50 off the Subgun ticket.
Yeehaw. All right, 60 seconds. As soon as I see 9, I'm going to do a 10-second countdown. And then Paul's going to say, yeehaw, let's go. And Tony's going to hit the button.
Okay, and do me a favor. When you get your registration, like, hey, like, congratulations, email, screenshot that, put it on social and share it, and we'll post it everywhere. Yep. Let everyone know, like, it's freaking game time.
All right, guys, we're getting close. We're going to do a 10-second countdown as soon as we see 9. I'm surprised there's still this many watching the chat. I thought it would just go to nothing.
I don't think the issue is the website can't handle the traffic. It's the payment processor having, 600 people trying to slam their payment through all at one time. I think that's more of the issue.
Yeah. I hope you guys all upped your spending limits. Sometimes I forget to do that.
Fatal mistake.
All right. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw! Let's go. Hit the button.
All right. It looks like everything's good to go right now. It's asking for email address. So good luck. Congratulations to everybody who makes their purchase tonight. We are so excited to see everybody at Kalash Bash. Man, dude, Clay, we are so lucky that we get to do this. When we're old, one day we're going to look back, and I think this is probably going to be the stories from this are going to be the stories we tell all the youngsters. Like, hey, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it.
I don't think anyone's listening right now.
I know. Everyone's like, fuck, mute that shit. I'm focused. Everyone is dialed right now.
There hasn't been a single comment. Someone says it's broken.
Oh shit! Yep.
Oh no! Please tell me it's not broken.
AK every day is usually pretty good. If he's having a hard time, Midwest Savage payment complete.
Nice.
Done.
Midwest just bought AK Everyday's ticket, booted him out of the payment bin. Again, people that are just now tuning in, if you pre-registered and you have early access, click the link in the description below. Tickets just went live for you guys. If you pre-regged, if you hadn't pre-regged, then you're just hanging on. You're just watching the live stream.
Man, one of my artists that pre-registered, Hector, you better be getting your ticket, buddy.
Okay, I'm seeing done, got it, in. Dude, congratulations to all.
Let's
Brown
go!
Coat, good job. The Kalash Collector, good job. Ryan, good job. Good job, everybody.
Doesn't it feel good? Doesn't that fucking feel good?
Man, oh man, I hear whips cracking in the distance and crows cawing. I
we
feel
should,
like I'm already in the Wild West.
You know what? We should probably call out like the first three, don't you think?
Oh yeah, the first 3 tickets. I'm just gonna wager Midwest Savage was pretty quick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess Jamie was in the top 3 at least.
So in the first 2 minutes, we already have 187 registered attendees.
Thank gosh my husband had money. Oh, Hannah. Very nice. Top 5.
All right, I'm going to look and see who was in first.
Got
The
3
person that it
tickets.
shows first, that first ticket came through was Kevin Arndt. Kevin, if you are in.
Kevin. Yeah, Kevin's always in my DMs. I know Kevin.
Right.
I'm hearing some people say the coupon code's not working.
It's not a problem. If the coupon code didn't work, don't worry about it. Just shoot us an email.
Yeah, we'll get it handled.
That. We can correct. That's easy to fix later on.
Yep.
The whole coupon code thing was a feature that they made for us because we told them we wanted to do it. And if it didn't work, then that's fine. We expected that there may be some hiccups, but that's not a problem. We'll take care of you.
Just send Tony an email. Who were the top 3?
So far, what I see is Kevin Arndt was number 1. Number 2, Austin Gonsalves. And number 3, Cash Radicki.
Man, somehow they all sound like familiars.
Yeah.
Kevin's definitely, he's been there. Yeah. Kevin, I see you in the comments. Where's he at? There he is.
Y'all
has been asking a ton of questions all week, so that it paid off. He was number 1.
It is very easy for us to go back and apply coupon code after the fact. So if you're getting hung up there, don't worry about it. Just get your tickets in. Don't fuck with the coupon code. I can go back and I can fix that. So I apologize that didn't work. It was our first time trying that feature out. Didn't really know how it was going to go.
Okay. Clay, this is Cash from the AKG booth yesterday. Oh, okay. Nice. We just saw him at Brandon and
we did
the range day.
That was like a 9-hour drive round trip yesterday.
Oh man, that was a lot of driving. You guys were working hard at that booth. We saw Aiden.
All right. So we're looking. Let me look at tickets right now. Okay, so I will tell you that the Kalash Rifle Saturday match is completely sold out.
Whoa.
There are 8 tickets left for the Friday, and we've got about 40 left for Sunday on the rifle. Subgun's still looking good. We got some time on Subgun. Those are about 25% sold through.
I tell you what, I would shoot the match on Sunday because we moved the award ceremony to Saturday night. I would want to be fresh for the award ceremony Saturday night. I think Sunday, now that we've restructured, I would shoot the full match on Sunday. Mm-hmm. I would hang out with vendors all day Saturday, go party, go to the award ceremony, win a prize Saturday night, shoot all day Sunday, and take my prize Sunday evening. While you guys are freaking out buying tickets, we kind of glazed over that earlier, but we're trying a completely new thing with how we give prizes away this year on stage. Well, no, we did talk about it earlier, but to hammer that home, on stage before the concert, we're going to basically do the portion of our award ceremony that we usually did on Sunday after we gave away all the awards to the match winners. All of our LARP awards, the spirit animal, the random draws, the challenges that we do. We're doing that at the campsite on stage so that hopefully more of you stick around to actually see it. And it does two things. More people get access to the prize table. And then Sunday, all we're doing is crowning our champions for the match. So you guys don't need to stay there until 7, 8 o'clock like we've done in years past. We're really trying to get people home sooner this year.
We're going to have another good screaming contest or anything?
Oh, yeah, hopefully. We've So when Tony and I were driving to the Brandon Herrera range day, we were in the car for like 4 hours, and I wish there was a fly on the wall to hear us come up with the dumbest ideas of how to give prizes away. We're like, what if we made him? What if they did a duel and actually shot at each other? How do we do that? Not hurt anybody. We have some funny ideas.
Quick status. I'm gonna give everyone an update. As of right now, we've got somewhere almost 500 attendees registered through the pre-reg so far that have bought tickets. So thank you all very much. So tickets, it looks like the Friday and Saturday match have sold out. The Friday and Saturday rifle match have sold out. And now it's left to Sunday. Sunday's got about 25-ish left, and then that one's gone.
So last year, the rifle match sold out last year, and I want to say 15, 16 minutes. Wasn't that the time?
Yeah, we're 7 minutes.
Yeah, we might beat it this year.
Yeah. The subgun, we're fine. It looks like we're about somewhere around about 25% sold through. It looks like the discount did go through for some people, so it's possible that either it was misspelled, maybe I should have picked something easier to spell, or maybe it needed to be all caps. I'm not sure. But it does look like the discount did work for some people. It looks like there's probably about 20 people that the ticket worked for.
Man, so many Germans this year. Very cool.
Okay, so let's talk about the top 10. Should we, Nick, call out the top 10 people that got their tickets in first?
Yep, let's go.
Okay. By the way, this isn't like, some of these people are buying tickets for a group, and there's no way they're going to be able to get it done faster than the guy that's buying one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
there's some Sunday still available. Some of you are saying it's sold out. There's still a few Sunday available, which is the day I would shoot the match on Sunday.
Yeah. So far, we've got just trying to do some fuzzy math in my head right now, but we are already beyond 300 something. We're already beyond more shooters that have bought tickets for this match than we had shoot the match last year. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you got the names backwards. It doesn't matter. We can get that figured out at Reg.
Yeah, if you registered the names under, like, just shoot us an email and just say, hey, can you swap the name on the match? Because we will need to fix that, because we're gonna make sure that the right email goes in a practice score so you can select your divisions.
Pistolero was the discount. If the discount didn't work for some of you as individuals that bought 2 match tickets because you want to shoot both, just send us a message. We'll get it corrected.
Honestly, if you bought a rifle competition and a subgun and they're registered under the same name, we're going to see it on our end anyways, and we'll go ahead and apply the discount. So even if it didn't work, don't worry about it. Give me like a day or two and I'll make sure it gets handled. But you can also email me too. I'm going to go through it and audit and make sure it gets taken care of.
Where's that email at? I think it's up here. Right there. Kyber 13. No, where's the email? I know we have the email on here.
The discount that will get applied is $50. camping is a separate fee. So if you only bought a general admission ticket or a competition ticket, but you want to camp, you also need to purchase a camp ticket. So you can go back and buy that later. Just make sure it's under the same name so it all matches up on our reports.
Yes, we will try to do our best to let everyone know before squatting goes live so that you guys can plan for it.
So here's how it's going to work. It's a good point to bring this up because we get a lot of emails from people who say, I want to shoot with my friends on the same squad. And the problem is, if we tried to accommodate that for everybody, there's no way it's possible. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to work with the match directors to have dates that squatting is, or that registration opens in Practice Score, when squatting opens, and the deadlines for all that. And we'll post that ahead of time so everybody can mark their calendars and know this is when I need to go select my squad. There will also be emails coming from Practice Score that says it's time to register, it's time to squad. You don't have to email us and ask when that's going to happen because we'll post those dates. Give us like a few weeks, we'll post those dates. It realistically won't even start happening until probably February. Okay, so it's going to be a good month and a half before anything starts taking place in match prep. Okay, so we will post the dates for that. But as far as I want to shoot with my friends, I want to be on the same squad, there's no way for us to manage that for everybody. So the best thing that we can tell you is make sure your registration is done on time so that when squatting opens up, you and all of your buddies need to all hop on Practice Score at the same time and all choose a squad that you want to be on. That's really the only way to make it work.
I'm not sure what that means. It's saying the email address format is not valid.
Right. So I can tell you this, and I don't have any names specifically.
Yeah, some people were entering their emails in incorrectly with bad spelling.
Every year that we do this, we'll have people who say my email didn't work or it wasn't whatever. And when we go back and we look, the majority of the time it's because either an email address is being misspelled or they try to use a different email address, or maybe they thought they pre-registered, but they didn't. The only thing I can tell you is you can try to email us and we can take a look at it. But ultimately, if the tickets are sold out, our hands are kind of tied on what we can do. You should have received a confirmation when you pre-registered to the email you used. And if that is the case, there shouldn't be any issue going in and getting your tickets.
Here's a gentleman. Someone wants to reach out. He's willing to swap his Saturday to a Sunday. Talk amongst yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's got a Saturday that wants to swap this. Okay, hey, let me actually throw something else out there. Because of that, we've started to notice this happening a little bit more every year. You'll be commenting or you'll see a post in Kalash Bash and some random person will post, I have a ticket for sale or I have a ticket for transfer. Do not send money to anybody. Doesn't matter if they show you an email. Don't do shit. If you want to transfer a ticket, the way to do it is the person with the ticket needs to initiate an email to us saying, I want to transfer my ticket. Here's the name and email address of the person I want to transfer it to. And then we will confirm and do all of that with you and confirm everything's transferred before you send the money. Okay. Don't just send a stranger money or agree to swap tickets with someone, because the scammers are starting to get a little weird. Dude,
actually, not a bad idea.
We talked about doing a team LARP, but maybe we need to like have a best couple. That's what we should do, dude. Bonnie or not Bonnie and Clyde, but we'll think of something Western
actually,
in that theme.
Only at Kalash Bash could we do something like that, and it wouldn't be totally frowned upon.
Right.
Have you seen the video going around of the dude that's like stick fighting with his Pokemon shirt on and his tail, and it's like your average typical AK guy?
So it looks like the rifle match is completely sold out, and we're right at about the 15-minute mark. I think it happened like a minute ago. So
same.
We still have a bunch of Subgun competition tickets. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about Subgun match, Clay, because there's something that we haven't told them yet about Subgun that might make things a little interesting.
Oh, what we're working on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so something that we're trying for Subgun, which is cool. So Obviously, this is an AK match, so we have a few different divisions. In fact, I believe you showed the divisions. Let me pull that up. Yeah, let me pull that up. Share this tab. Whoops. So these are the divisions right now. So for the subgun match, we have AK Optics, AK Iron, Com Block, and Free World. The AK divisions are pretty self-explanatory. Obviously, Com Block is going to be any other subgun that would have been used by a Com Block area. Free World is, it's any other subgun used by like an allied or a NATO country. Uzis, MP5s, 9mm AR-15s. Just let your imagination go wild. Those are the two divisions for like catch-alls, so that it gives the opportunity for more people that might want to go to KB that don't even have 9mm AKs. If you have either one of those, you can still shoot the match. Now, let's say you don't have anything. You don't have any 9mm AK. You don't have any subgun whatsoever.
This is important, y'all. Pay attention to this part because this is next level for a match of this size.
We're working with some vendors that all specialize in subguns. We've got a few of them that are agreeing to give us a few subguns. And we have a very cool ammo sponsor that's helping out the vendors with ammo, Global Ordnance. And the deal is there will be a ticket if there are tickets available for the subgun match for the next couple of weeks. We're going to have a ticket where you don't need anything. It's going to be slightly more expensive. We are basically going to provide to you a gun and the ammo that you need to get through the match. Now, we may have some roller guns supplied by some of our sponsors. We may have some 9mm AKs. There's going to be a variety, but basically you'll just be able to show up with nothing but your ass, some eye pro and some ear pro, and we'll have enough ammo to get you through the match. We'll have the magazines and the guns, and you get to shoot it all, every bit of it. It's all yours. You paid for it. And all of those guns that are going to be given to us for the subgun match most likely will all wind up on the prize table. So that's pretty cool. Two big things. We understand that the rifle match is extremely popular and those tickets sell fast. The subgun match, we know those tickets are going to linger, and there's a couple of reasons. A lot of people want to shoot their rifles, and honestly, not a lot of people, not as many people as you would think, have 9mm AKs for one thing, but a lot of people just don't have subguns. So if we provide all that at a slightly more expensive ticket, basically to just cover the ammo, we feel like more people will actually get a chance to shoot that have never got to shoot a match before. We're just going to help them out with the ammo and the guns. And the goal there is to just get people in the door of competitive shooting that have never done it before, because they don't have the two main ingredients. They don't have the gun. They don't have the ammo for it. So we're trying to facilitate so that people can actually come do this damn thing. And not just patronize vendors, but actually shoot the vendors' guns under the clock.
So this is pretty cool because one thing we learned from Lethal Weapons is that a lot of people, if you've never shot subgun, like if you've never shot stages that are just steel targets everywhere, it is a blast. Honestly, the subgun match is going to be tits. It's going to be an amazing match to shoot. And it's just steel. You're shooting steel at what, 25 yards?
Yeah, I'd say at most at the subgun match.
So between, I don't know, 15 to 25 yards, just banging steel. We've got a steel sponsor that's going to have these really cool dynamic steel targets. We'll have steel targets that are falling down, fast reset. It's going to be a really fun match to run. But what we've found about Lethal Weapons is a lot of people have either never done that or they don't own a subgun. So if you've never done that before, you haven't yet invested in a subgun type rifle, to have a couple rifles that are sponsored for y'all to be able to come out and shoot the match, and all you're paying for is really for the ammo to do it, is awesome. And that's probably, we're going to give it a couple weeks to let tickets sell on their own, and then we will follow up with that. We'll make an announcement that there is a use our gun feature on the website to shoot the subgun match.
I see there's some people looking to trade. It looks like there's a guy that accidentally bought 2 Friday passes, so I would be reaching out to some of these people to try to get that swapped out. Just
real quick, follow up on that. Do not exchange money or ticket. The transfer of tickets have to be approved through us. The reason why it's important that tickets have names and email is because this isn't like going to like a basketball game. We're going to like a live gun range. There's going to be over 1,000 people out there, and it's not our property. We rent this property, and they give us a shitload of slack. We come to them with some crazy ideas. They're an amazing facility for us to do this. But safety is such a high priority for them and for us. We have a very, very tight safety protocol, and that requires that when someone enters into the property, we've got to check that person in. We've got to get waivers signed. There's a lot that we do to make sure that we run a very tight ship, and that's why. So when you do a ticket transfer, the person who owns the ticket needs to initiate an email with us and say, hey, I want to transfer my ticket. We make sure our records are accurate, and then from that point, we'll let you know you're good to exchange money.
Hey, y'all, I got to step out for just a sec. Is that all right?
Yeah, hold on. Before you do, I want to get the full effect. All right, go for it.
Oh, you want me to go with it on? All right. I'll be right back.
I don't know why that's so funny to me. Okay, Mark says he loves how quickly this went. I'll be podcasting Saturday night. Mark actually has a podcast. Give us the name of your podcast, Mark, and I'll pin it. He has an awesome episode podcasting live from the campsite at KB last year, and it's like utter insanity. People are just walking up. You can hear everything going on in the background. It's such a cool podcast live at the campsite.
Let me see if, hang on a second. Let me look back in here.
Live, Laugh, LARP. That's the name of his podcast. If he doesn't, there he goes. Someone put it in there. Yeah, look up Live, Laugh, LARP. I believe he's on Spotify and a few other places. Go find the Kalash Bash campsite episode. It's wild. I thought you were going to explode through the door like Kramer, and the camera was just going to zoom up on you.
I was about to explode.
Is there a waiting list if we didn't pre-register? Also, can y'all make an event Discord for wait list, ticket swaps, coordinating? You know what? A Discord's actually not a bad idea. I feel like it's time we have something like that. So it's like a tax swap for tickets so people can go find out who has tickets available. Let me look into that.
We've been talking about doing a private like Facebook page. We should have a Facebook page.
You know, another thing we could do is just make a post on Instagram saying, hey, use this comment section for, ticket tax swapping. And that could be the place. It's very easy to click on someone's name and go work out deals. And then you guys can initiate with us to get those swapped before you guys ever pay each other, just so we can make sure everything's on the up and up. I'll do that. I'm going to commit to making a post on the Kalash Bash Instagram page. That post can be used as a Discord for people to say, hey, I've got something available.
Good, yeah.
By the way, so I saw someone comment that it's not letting you back in because we're only limiting it to people who are registered, like who pre-reg to go in. I think what's happening is it's only allowing you to go in and make one purchase. So tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., when we open it up for everybody, it will allow you to go back in and make a follow-up purchase. So you'll just have to do it then. I apologize. I'm looking right now. I don't see a workaround for that. But if you'll come back just tomorrow, anytime tomorrow after 9 a.m., you can go in and purchase the rest of your tickets.
Jonathan says, hey, I'm an Army Spec Ops vet and a deputy sheriff. This is my first AK event. I'm fired up. Dude, see,
hell yeah.
The thing I've been so proud about with KB is you think you go to a gun event, you're going to see like a type of person, but then you go to KB and you see every type of person from all walks of life, skin colors, ages, races, everything, genders. You see it all at KB. And we're even going to have a best cowboy couple, apparently. Brokeback Mountain shit. It's really, there's a little bit for everybody.
All right, here's some good questions. Let's see here. Someone's saying, can I follow someone who's shooting with a camera? They're pretty cool with that. Yeah. The RSOs will talk to you about, what the safety for each stage. There's going to be like a quick safety breakdown. We've made some improvements to our safety protocol from previous events, just because as this match gets bigger and as we start creating stages that are more dynamic, that have more things that are happening, we're learning that there's always an opportunity to improve and do better. And so the ROs will talk to you about like, this is how we're going to run the match. And they will communicate with you to let you know where you can stand so that you're not creating any type of safety issues or getting in the way of the RSO or potentially obstructing the shooter. But for the most part, this has never really been an issue with camera work. You just want to be respectful of the RSO and pay attention when they're doing their safety brief.
Steve, on the website, Doc tips $5. You guys don't have to tip, by the way. I'll try to find your comment. For Subgun, what about a Beretta PMX, basically a modernized Tech 9? Again, that free world, just if you're going to shoot the Subgun, if it's not an AK or a comm block gun and you just really want to shoot that Subgun match, free world. The Subgun match is really not treated as super strict as the rifle match. Yes, this is an AK event. Yes, these are AK matches, but the Subgun match is really ideally to get as many people in a competitive shooting setting than we've ever had before. The Subgun match is going to be a great way for a lot of you to dip your toe and feel what it feels like to shoot with the pressure of a timer and like people watching. I know it's super scary. It's 4 stages. It's a Subgun match. Like, you can't ask for a more easygoing way to get into the hobby of competitive shooting. And we understand not everyone has a 9mm AK. So we had to kind of relax some of the divisions.
So I'm seeing a lot of emails come through. Most of them are just name swaps. So thank y'all for letting me know. We'll get that taken care of. The Pistolero coupon code, it's looking like it worked for some people and didn't for others. So I'm wondering if maybe it needed to be all caps. I'm not sure. But either way, thank you for letting us know. Even if you don't email us, if you purchased a rifle and a subgun and there's no coupon applied, I will apply it on the back end. Give me a few days because I got to run a report and, do it that way. But what day is today? Friday?
Yes.
If you give me till about Tuesday, because I've got stuff that I'm working on here this weekend, but probably Monday, I'll go through and run that report from all the weekend sales. And if the coupon wasn't applied but should have been, I'll just take care of it. You don't even have to send me an email. Let's see here.
For you Subgun people, you'll select AM PM when you squad. So when practice score opens up, you'll see certain squads that'll say these are Saturday AM Subgun squads. These are Saturday PM Subgun squads. Just first come, first serve, select as you go.
Mm-hmm.
Good news is you're only going to be shooting for half a day on that day. So either one should be fine.
So I'm looking at where we're at. Obviously, all of the rifle competition tickets sold. Congratulations to all the people who were able to beat the rest of the crowd and get your tickets in early. The subgun, wow, holy shit, dude! The subgun match is selling like really quick. If I had to put a number on it, I would say we're probably close to almost halfway sold through the subgun match. If you're on the fence, I have a feeling, I mean, unless it just continues through the rest of the night, I don't know. But the subgun match is okay. So I think I know. I think I know
it might not last until tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I know what happened on the coupon code. So I'll take it offline. I think I know what happened there. But anyways, that being said, the subgun match is selling through. The Saturday and Sunday subgun match are selling through pretty freaking quick. They're pretty much halfway sold through. So I don't know.
So,
I mean, we're only 30 minutes in to pre-reg.
Yeah, they might not be there tomorrow. Colt Luger says he made a Kalash Bash Discord. He just needs mods. As soon as we get off the live stream, I will look for that. Colt Luger, send me, if you have Instagram, Facebook, whatever, send me a DM and give me the info on that, the details.
Yep. So for those of y'all who are still watching, let's say that you went in tonight and you bought some tickets with the intention of going back and buying more tickets for something else, or maybe later on you have a change of heart and you decide you want to camp, or you need to go buy some general mission for your homeboys, whatever it is. It looks like that it's only going to allow pre-registered people to go in and make one purchase tonight. But when we open up tickets for everybody at 9 a.m. in the morning, you'll be able to go in and make follow-up purchases then.
Yeah, there will be plenty of general admission and camping passes tomorrow. That should last at least for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Same RO for squads. Nope, ROs will be dedicated to a stage, so you won't have ROs traveling with you.
So I'm going to run some quick math, and then I'm going to run a quick report, and I'm going to tell you who the top 10 were. We did call out a top 3, and I'm not sure if those were actually the first 3 to go through, because as the orders are coming in, they're changing a little bit.
Oh.
And I believe that the reason for that is some people, when they got to checkout, it assigns an order number at that time before they actually finish their payment. And so I think that some people, anyways, with that being said, I'm going to run a report and tell y'all who the top 10 were, or the first 10 to get their orders in. But as of right now,
while you're doing that, Ryan tips $5, guys. You don't have to tip. Ryan says, but thank you. Will there be a list of hotels I'm flying in and can't bring everything to camp, but would like to stay as close as I can? Maybe we can post that. There's really only 2 places. There's Columbus and Sealy, both of which maybe have 3 or 4 nice hotels. We'll try to cultivate that and put a post out.
So for the first time ever in the history of Kalash Bash, we are at 415 shooters coming out. And then this is still
nice.
I have a feeling we are going to reach all the way to 600 shooters for this match, which some of y'all in the comments, y'all are RSOs. Y'all actually participate in other matches and events out there. I don't know. I'm assuming that's a big deal, but maybe it's not.
Just to show everyone, Eagle Lake is here. That's where the venue is. You see right up here on the west side is Columbus. Up here on the east side is Sealy. These are the 2 cities. Any of you that want to stay in hotels, you want to look at Columbus, Texas, and Sealy, Texas, if you want the decent hotels. Both of these places are about a 20-minute drive from the venue. Eagle Lake has like a couple of really small like motels. I know people stay at them. They're, about what you would expect. But Columbus and Sealy has the big chains of hotels.
I'll add it to the FAQ, like what towns to look at for hotels. I'm seeing a lot of people ask about round count. If you go to the website FAQ, that question's answered because the rifle and the subgun are a little different. But go look. I want to say it's 350 for the rifle and 200 for subgun is if you run it clean, right? So we always kind of recommend bring a little extra if you're a shitty shooter, no offense. All right, let me run this report and we'll call out the actual top 10. First 10, excuse me.
One year I'm going to get Misha out there. One year. Hey, speaking of Misha, can we all just take a minute, moment of silence? All right.
For what?
Praise be to Misha.
Oh, that'd be awesome to have him out.
Okay.
I can hear Rachel losing it in the next room. I'm seeing a lot of comments where people are saying this is their first match. That's awesome. A lot of people that have shot the matches in the past are always the first one to get tickets because they just know how it goes. But it's cool to see that some of you guys hustled, you first timers, and you got tickets in time. I love seeing new shooters come out.
Okay, so it's kind of interesting. It's like the way that it assigned order numbers was very different than what I was seeing on. So the people who I called out first earlier today, I don't even see y'all's names in the first 10. So
suck it, Kevin. You're not first.
I think it assigns an order number when someone probably starts adding things into a cart. Technically, my name is the first one because I did a test sale earlier, but this name is a familiar. We've seen this name many, many years. Cameron Fur. It's either Fur or Fair, but Cameron. You were actually the very first order through the system Number 1, Cameron, and I've seen your name so many times. I'm hoping you're still in the comment section. Hoping you're still watching. Cameron, congratulations. Freaking nice work.
Oh yeah.
Let me see.
Number
if he's in here.
2,
See him yet.
Matthew Rushing. That's another familiar.
Oh, he's in here.
Yep.
Oh, Cameron's had first 2 times in a year. I remember
Right.
putting his name on the live stream last year as well. Damn, dude.
Yeah. Matthew Rushing is number 2.
Matthew Rushing.
Excuse me. Number 3, Casey Cook.
I know that name.
Let's see here. Number 5, Baden Fleming. Either Baden or Baden. Sorry if I said it wrong. I'm guessing it's Baden. Baden Fleming. All right, the next one. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so number 5, Randall Yates. I want to say that's a familiar name too.
Nice cowboy hat there, Bill.
Hey, Bill. Howdy, partner. Howdy, sir. Okay, Ryan Morgan. Number 6 is Ryan Morgan. That's another familiar name.
Technical teams. Hey, that me. Which one were you?
Hi, y'all. I love it.
Of course, through crime, Charlie will be selling many things at the campsite. He always does.
Number 7, Matthew Lottie. That's another familiar name. I
Lottie.
recognize that name.
Yeah, he just talked me into buying match tickets yesterday. Or today. Today, Lottie did.
Number 8, Douglas Steerley. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 9, Matthew Dombrowski. And number 10, Charles Aguirre. Aguirre. Charlie. Nice job, y'all.
Nice freaking job.
Hey, did we do the video? Was there a hype video or something we were supposed to?
I've got it. If you guys want to see the hype video. Are you guys tired of seeing the hype video yet? If not, I'll play it really quick.
I think that we should see that. I thought y'all were going to do it. I didn't know if we had already done it.
We didn't want to do it earlier because people were scrambling with questions, and we thought it was best to.
True.
All right. All right. Everyone, quit hollering at me.
Yeah.
I'll play the video.
7, 9, grid to mark, Charlie Oscar. 7, 5, 6, 9, Alpha. Hold up.
Oh, the airsoft is so cool.
Hold up.
Look at the Easter egg. He's got a robotic knee.
Bad time, kid. Now's bad.
The word? What's the word? Hadn't heard anything.
Said I call. Desperate looks ugly, rookie. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
And that's why general
Hell yeah.
admission is still cool, because you get to do all that shit. Man.
Yeah, the after dark party is free to all attendees. Doesn't matter if you're spectating with a general admission ticket or competing in the match. The goal is, so should we talk about the awards ceremony a little bit? Are there still like a lot of people watching, Clay?
Yeah, it's like 160.
Okay. So for those of y'all who've been to Kalash Bash in the past, you may have noticed that as the years go by, the award ceremony, not only does it kind of runs late into Sunday. A lot of people are, as much as they had a great time over the weekend, they're ready to go home to their families, call it a weekend. The award ceremony over the years has just gotten really long because we give away so much prizes. We receive a lot of product from vendors as part of their sponsorship. I think this is important for y'all to know this. This is kind of a behind the scenes thing. We don't really have to go too deep into this, but we'll be transparent with you. When vendors want to come out to events like this, they generally pay. For us, we tell them, just give us a shitload of products so we can give it away to all the attendees, right? And we don't keep any of it. Everything that we receive from vendors, we give it away. That's why when you add it up, we're giving away well over $100,000 worth of product. All of that is given to us from the vendors because they want to come out and they want to sponsor the event. So rather than saying, stroke us a big fat check, we tell them, just send us a bunch of guns so we have a pretty badass prize table. Well, over the years, we get more vendors, we get more shit, we got more giveaways to give away. We've realized that it gets crazy when the award ceremony is having to run, late into Sunday when the sun is fucking down and the moon's coming up. So what we've decided to do is we realized that to make everybody over the entire weekend wait all the way until the end of Sunday to do that is really hard. So we're going to have two separate award ceremonies now. Sorry. Was that for me?
Might be. Everything locked up. I can see you now.
Okay.
Good.
Sorry. I thought you were telling me to stop. Like I went too far. So we're having two separate award ceremonies. We're going to have one, the big one, on Saturday night at the concert, at the after party, the after dark party over at the campground. And it's starting at 6 p.m. We know that like the largest amount of crowd and the largest amount of people that are there on Saturday. So why not capitalize on that? So make sure that you account for that in your schedule on Saturday to go to, if you got to leave the property and come back, just make sure you're back in time for the party because it's starting at 6 o'clock. And from about 6 to 7:30, about an hour and a half, Clay and I are going to go up on stage and we're going to give away like a shitload of stuff. A lot of our awards are going to be focused on the LARP. Okay, now pay attention. This is really, really important. We also realize that it's hard for some of y'all who are committing to your LARP and having a LARP in that same sweaty, stinky LARP for the entire weekend. So what this means is, because we're going to be doing all of our LARP awards on Saturday, that's the day to LARP. Okay, if you're hanging out all weekend and you just want to go hard in the LARP one day, that's the day to do it. Put on your freaking LARP, go nuts. If you want to rock it all weekend, by all means. But for those of y'all that are thinking, you know what, I'm going to go hard as shit on Saturday, wear my LARP all day, party at the after party, stay up all night, have a good time. And then Sunday, just like maybe throw on some flip-flops and shorts and just go like chill the rest of the day. It won't be necessary for you to LARP all day with the hope of winning some kind of award for it. So Saturday night's the big after party. It's the big award ceremony. We're going to be doing some random drawings, all that shit, right? So Sunday is where we will be combining all the scores for the matches for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we're going to award our podium for all of the divisions on Sunday. And that award ceremony is going to happen behind the clubhouse, between the clubhouse and the vendor bazaar area. And so really, it's only necessary to stay Sunday if you compete in the match and if you anticipate that you're going to podium and you want to win an award there, or just hang out for the award ceremony, then that's when we'll do that. And that's going to get everybody on the road at a reasonable time. If they didn't compete in the match, they don't have to stay and wait all the way until late Sunday night before they go home. They can hang out Sunday during the day, and then when they're done, go home. I hope that is helpful and that everybody sees that as a good revision for how we do awards moving forward. So we expect the rifle match should be done, if it runs on time, it should be done at 5 p.m. So if for whatever reason the rifle match is running, significantly late, we will do what we need to do to try to push back the award ceremony and after dark stuff if we need to.
Freedom Seeds. Apparently, there's a Discord now. So there's the website we use doesn't really have an easy way to have a waiting list. So probably the best thing is to have a Discord where people can go on there and say, hey, I'm looking. And people can go on there and say, hey, I'm trying to offload or trade.
Mm-hmm.
If there's one thing I could ask, so if you're in the comment section, if you're watching and you were at the concert last year, can you make it known in the comment section?
Ryan, you're good to go. The match ticket gets you in. You don't need GA. Your dad's coming. You have him a GA. You're good. Both of you are good. Yeah, the concert got a little out of control last year.
It was good.
Yeah, in a good way.
Concert was nuts. So, did you have a good time? And what I'm hoping is that this year, and I want to get it on video, like when the first band comes out, we already kind of know how we want this to play out. We're going to be up on stage wrapping up the giveaway, and we're going to kind of introduce, the first band. And the way that they're going to come out, they're going to start out with just an absolute banger. Like the first song is just going to be, I want to get this on camera, just showing the band come out and everyone get nuts, and just the very first, just the biggest mosh pit at a gun event, gun festival, whatever it is, a Kalash Bash. If I could just ask a favor, that would make my whole weekend.
I bought a GA ticket for my wife, but what if I want to cheat and bring my side piece instead? Your side piece will also need a GA ticket. I assume you don't want to bring them both, but if you did, they would both need tickets.
Yeah. That would be a pretty player move, though, if you did.
Oh, someone pooped at the concert.
Nice.
Nice.
What is timing on the helicopter? So if you purchase a helicopter aerial gunnery ticket, which it looks like we've got quite a few people who did, you still have time. You're going to have several weeks to buy those tickets. There's really not, at this time, there's not a limit. They've told us that we can sell up to a certain amount. If we reach that limit, then we need to let them know. But the company that is hosting the helicopter aerial gunnery is an awesome company. They're called HeliGunner. They have access to multiple helicopters. So as of this moment, we have a number that is enough for them to bring one helicopter out. And if we have more people that want to fly, they're going to bring a second one out. And then obviously, if it goes even crazier, then they'll bring a third one out. So as of right now, there's really not a limit on that. But what's going to happen is if you buy a helicopter aerial gunnery ticket, probably within 30 days out of the event, HeliGunner will contact you. We have your email. We'll give it to them. They will contact you and they will coordinate a schedule with you. And they'll say, okay, when would you like to do your thing? And so they will partner with you ahead of time to make sure that works.
All right, why don't we do a few more questions? And then, man, this has been a great live stream. Still have a ton of people watching. Why don't we answer a few more questions? And then I got to get out of here. I'm sure I've got a bunch of DMs I need to respond to. I know Tony's got some emails he's going to look at. So any last minute questions? Oh, I don't think we talked about, briefly, let's talk about it. Because I just saw my list here. The Airsoft.
Airsoft 360. Who did
360.
Airsoft? If you were at Kalash Bash last year, let us know in the comments if you did it and if you would recommend doing it, because I didn't get a chance to really peek over there. We were so busy. But High Ground contacted us and said, we absolutely want to come back. That was so much fun. And they were busy the whole weekend. What's cool about the Airsoft 360 it is free. You don't have to pay for it. And we actually moved them to a closer. Clay, do you mind showing the image of the map where Airsoft is going to be?
Yep. Sorry,
No. The map I sent you, it shows the.
I could do that too.
Just so people can see where it is in relation to all the other stuff.
That should be this one.
Here we go. All right, so you can't see my mouse here, but if you
can
remember
see it
where the
labeled on
gold,
screen.
if you see where the gold sponsor bays are, right to the left of that is where we're moving Airsoft 360. It's actually a better location for it because there's a little bit more natural terrain and cover in there versus it being just like a wide open 360 bay. So they're clearing that out. There's going to be like a huge flag right there. If you're over by the gold sponsor bays, you're not going to be able to miss it. But this is a free attraction. We highly advise that you participate in it because it is fucking cool.
Yes, indeed. Totally free. I mean, how cool.
Mm-hmm.
While I've got it up here, you know, it's really cool. If any of you actually search the Ranch TX Club, the venue that we use, and look at the overshot Google image, they actually got like an early shot as we were building lethal weapons. So like you can even see campers at the campsite. You can see our camping parking area starting to fill up. Our Buc-ee's stage. Looks like we had our bomb stage, a couple other things, the drive-by stage, RV parking in this area here.
Mm-hmm. It's you know, this is something that Clay and I have been doing on the side. We have normal lives and jobs and companies that we work for and or own. And doing this whole event thing has been a learning experience over the past 5-6 years. If there's like some piece of advice we would give here, it's like our relationship with the ranch has been, I don't think we'd be able to do what we do with Kalash Bash had we not partnered with the Ranch Texas to do this, because they are a family. This is like a family that we work with out there. And this is their vision has been for like this property to be able to do what it does at Kalash Bash. And they've told us Kalash Bash is the biggest thing by far that happens on this property. We've literally pushed this property to the limit. Every single square foot of real estate on this property will be used, with the exception of long range. But I think that we're going to actually have some camping going on back there. So I would argue that almost every square foot of shooting real estate on this property will be used for something at this event. And that is a big deal. And to them, Clay, how many times have we gone to them and said, this is a crazy idea. You're probably going to say no. How many times have they said no to us?
Almost never.
Almost never.
You can still see the trenches that they dug. That was one thing I thought they would never say yes to. And they dug trenches for us. And it's so cool that Google Maps like has that was only there for like 3 or 4 days tops. And somehow it showed up on Google Maps. So cool.
So just a big round of applause. If everyone could just show a little love in the comments for the ranch, because I know they're in the comments watching, and some of the staff that's there's probably watching too. If y'all could show a little love to them, because these people are amazing, amazing people. And they cut us a lot of slack in almost every single time that we go to them and say, hey, we really need, like, it could be getting an excavator out there and digging a trench in the property for just 3 days, dig a big giant hole for us. Let us do drive-by shooting stages. Let us do all this crazy stuff. They are just, it's just like worthy of a freaking love fest for them.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really see how Kalash Bash would be this good at any other range, because there's a lot of really nice properties out there, but it's the property staff and the owners that can really make or break events on what you're allowed to do and what they can facilitate. You know, we've had KB at other venues. Some of you have been to the very first KB, and you know, I mean, you saw what we did there. That's about all we could ever do there. And the first year we went to the ranch, we spent, I don't know, maybe an hour with Matt Shockey, one of the facilitators of the place. And within minutes, we knew, like, wow, this dude's willing to do anything within reason as long as we give them some notice and we give them time, and we can bring the boys to the yard. They are willing to do whatever it takes to get y'all to come out.
Mhm.
It's the people that run this place are the milkshake that brings the boys to the yard. It really is.
100%.
Without them, we couldn't pull half this shit off.
So there's two quick things I want to say about the people that run the property and that we work with there, and also just the town of Eagle Lake. As Fender Vans just made a couple comments. The first comment he made here, he says, "My favorite is the townspeople freaking out when Kalash Bash comes to town." Just so y'all know,
yeah,
I'm pretty positive that the town of Eagle Lake knows we're coming. They know what the dates are. They know that it's happening, and they're all talking about it because, number one, if you go to the Buc-ee's on a Saturday morning, the Buc-ee's that's like 2 miles away from the range. I went there one day on like a Sunday, and I pretended like I didn't know. And I was talking to some of the girls that work there, and I was like, "Hey, I heard they were doing a concert last night or whatever." And she goes, "Oh my gosh, these people come up in here dressed all crazy." Like, oh, it was so funny. They're like every year these people come. They were telling me about Kalash Bash, and like every year it's like crowds of people come and they're dressed in all these crazy costumes, and they're the nicest people. So the town of Eagle Lake knows that y'all are coming. And
remember the Buc-ee's clerk? She was like, "We saw wizards. There were wizards in here.
There were a couple of wizards walking through here." So as crazy as it is for them to see it, the Kalash Bash community, it's like, we're proud of y'all. Okay. The last comment that Fender Vans made is, I'll keep this one quick, but one year I drove out to Lethal Weapons to, it was my time to be out there, and my truck like pretty much blew up on the way out there.
Yeah.
The AC compressor completely disassembled itself, but I was still able to make it there. And I'm like, what am I going to have to leave my truck here for weeks to try to figure out where to get it towed and all this shit. And Matt Shockey, who's like our homeboy out there, he's like pretty much the on-site guy that we work with. He hands me a parts list and goes, "Go run to O'Reilly's and get these parts," and puts my truck in their shop. Freaking the whole thing, AC compressor in, they did the Freon, everything. And while he was under there, he was like greasing some like the nubs. And it was like within a few hours had my truck back running. And like, you can't get that anywhere else.
And he
that
did
was
it for
like
free.
Such an amazing thing.
And remember, every day after that, Matt would answer his phone. Matt Shockey's free auto repair service at your service.
Right.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm thinking about making them like a Google My Business page for the range that's called Matt's Auto Repair, and then send everyone there to go leave 5-star reviews and be like, "This is where Jay Leno services his cars." Like, how funny would that be for his phone to ring all day? Like, "How much is an oil change?"
Well, we're getting close to the 10 o'clock mark, and we've kept you guys on the internet for 2 hours. I think that is a reasonable amount of time. We should all take a break from the internet now. I know that there's some people in the comments that didn't get the tickets that they were hoping they would get. And, unfortunately, it happens every year that these match tickets sell so fast. We try to do everything we can do to make sure that you guys have enough time to get what you need. The issue is there's just so many people that want them, and some people are just fast, and there's just not a lot we can do about that. But again,
it's a matter of time before Vice documentaries comes out there, or Vice comes out and does a documentary about this. Like, have you heard of this phenomenon?
Yeah, I hope it's not anytime soon.
I'm sure y'all will represent us very well when it happens.
Yeah, just know, anyone in the comments that feels like they didn't get what they really wanted, just know we really do try really hard to make the website work, to make the process easy, and to try to give you guys those early access to the tickets. And every year they sell out faster and faster, and there's just not a lot we can do when certain tickets get swiped as quickly as they do. I wish we could sell 1,000 match tickets. I wish we could. The only way to sell more match tickets than we're selling now is you'd have to be competing for like 5 days, and there's just no way. There's no way we could do it. So we're doing the best we can to get as many people through the match that we are currently doing, without selling more tickets than we could accommodate. We sell enough tickets now where it's manageable, and we can give that amount of people a really good freaking time. The amount of people we pack in this event, we can provide a good time for those amount. You know, if 3, 4, 5,000 people started coming out to KB, you know, lines would be super long.
Yeah.
The parking lot would be unmanageable. It would be tough. So again, with the small amount of tickets we have, that's all we can sell, man. And unfortunately for some people, they sell a little too fast. So I'm sorry if you didn't get what you wanted, but still, general admission is there, and you can still come out and party and have a great freaking time. Ride on helicopters, shoot airsoft. There's still some Subgun tickets. So hopefully, even though you might not have got the rifle match ticket you wanted, you'll still come out and have a good time. I hope.
Yeah, I mean, this is ultimately going to be the challenge moving forward for us is how do we create more shooting opportunities, more competition opportunities? And unfortunately, there's a very limited way to do that. And we did it this year. We went from 325 shooters to somewhere around 620 this year, which is pretty much a 100% increase. So I hope that is a sign for y'all to know that we are doing everything we possibly can do, and the ranch is doing everything that they possibly can do for us to help us to make that work.
We can see your nuts, Tony.
Thank you, sir. Oh, you like that? These nuts. Okay, so hey, real quick, I want to
I can hear Rachel dying. She just saw your nuts too.
I want to just draw a little attention here to Paul. So last year at Kalash Bash, Paul and he had one person with him. They did a fuckload of tattoos over the weekend. It was such a huge success that obviously, and now that Paul is technically officially a part of the Third Pin Threads team, he's kind of like acting as an art director. Like, you're going to be doing the artwork for our shirts moving forward.
Yeah, man.
You need to go, how do they follow you on social media? And if they have some ideas for some flash for the event, are you okay with them hitting you in the DMs going, can we please have a, whatever, right?
Absolutely.
A big butt.
You can find me at Tattoos by Paul. Some of y'all might also know me as Milsurp Rifles. I have a couple different pages on there.
Oh, I
have some designs.
Yeah.
Already.
The Milsurp Rifles page is money, y'all. Holy shit.
I do have some designs that I've already kind of worked on and put together. I will be sending those to you guys and maybe even posting them on my page. And that would be a good opportunity for people to get into the comments and sort of give their opinions of maybe, suggestions for designs and things like that. And then we could maybe incorporate, a few more into the ones that I already have laid out. Oh yeah, there it is.
Hey, Ethan, real quick, man, I see your comment here. It's like having to enter in people's names. Really, it's there's not really a way around that. It's really, really hard to do that. I think ideally, one of the questions that we had to ask ourselves in the beginning was, should we limit it so that people can only buy one ticket, forcing everybody in the group to pre-register and do their tickets, all at one time? We just chose not to do it that way this time, and I don't think we want to do that, moving forward, but we'll continue to try to find ways to make the process more efficient. I appreciate the feedback on that. Sometimes there's not really a perfect way. We just have to do it the best way we can.
I see a lot of people asking for nipples and assholes tattooed. I think we're going to stick to arms and legs.
For those of y'all who are asking about volunteering, so we will post an invitation, but the first thing that we always do before we do that is we actually send an email out to all the people who have already volunteered for us in the past. They kind of get first dibs and first opportunity to come back. Obviously, having some people with some experience and knowing what to expect is helpful for us. But just so y'all know, with our volunteers, we pay our volunteers to come out there. They're not doing it for free. We make sure to take really good care of our volunteers. We feed them, we pay them. And but if you're interested in volunteering for the first time, just know that the first thing we're going to do is we're going to reach out to all the people who already have. And then if there are still some spots available, we will make a social media post. And that will be the best time for you to reach out to us and say, hey, I saw your post. I'd like to volunteer. If you send an email too early, it may just get lost in there. I would just wait until we make a post about it. Where do I get the short shorts? These ones are, I don't remember this company, but they're fucking cool as shit. Look at, camera's too high. Come down here. There we go. They have like this liner in here. It's pretty cool. These are like 7-inch inseam. They're not like short shorts.
Back at you, Charles. Yep.
You're welcome.
Well,
oh man,
I think we covered every single topic, and I think we're well on our way to KB now. We are officially on the road to Kalash Bash, and congratulations to all of you that watched this live stream, and you're part of KB history. Like, we just sold tickets faster than we ever have, and last year I was blown away that they sold that fast. And coupled with the Subgun match, we have more shooters than we've ever had within the first hour of selling tickets. So it's absolutely incredible. I dare you to find another group of AK or just gun people in general that are this dedicated to like going out and gathering, leaving their houses, getting off the internet, shooting their guns out in a public setting. Find something that has a dedicated customer base like this. And I will tip my hat to it because they're doing something right. I can't thank you all enough for being such a dedicated group of hombres and coming out to this thing year after year. It's just absolutely incredible feeling to be part of that. So thank you all for continuing to support Kalash Bash. The longer you support it, the longer we'll keep doing it. And you guys make this stuff so fun and fulfilling. So a big thank you. A big thank you.
Yeah, it really is a lot of fun, y'all.
Tony, where's your hat? There's your nuts. I knew we'd see him if you did that.
Hey. It's crazy to think of. I don't think we ever thought it was going to be like this, Clay. I think we were just thinking, I don't even know what it's like to have this. I consider all these people, like, when we're out there, these are like friends. It's crazy to just see this sometimes, man. When it started out with, let's just send an invite to our friends. It literally was the very first thing we did was arrange date with our friends. And that's how all this started. It's so crazy to see what it's done just in 6 years. And I don't know, man. I don't really know how to explain it. It's pretty crazy.
I was only involved last year, but we have actually had some customers fly in from out of state that we met at Kalash Bash that have come into Austin and got tattooed at the shop. So yeah, we developed some, sort of true connections with people. It was awesome.
We were at a range day. We were at a social media range day yesterday. And this guy, he was a little bit of a square, right? I mean, he was just he didn't look like a gun guy. He was just like a marketing guy. And he was like, ugh.
Oh yeah.
And we said the word Kalash Bash to someone, and he was like, wait, I know about Kalash Bash. Totally not an AK guy. Totally not he's just like a freaking suit, And he was like, wait a minute. I've heard of that. I know what that is. And it's cool when we're talking to people who aren't gun people, just like in our regular lives. And they are like, oh, I know what that is. I've heard of that. And it's like, oh, dude, that's so cool. That's a lot of fun.
Rip Tony's nuts.
Mm-hmm. Did y'all see my nuts again?
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Well, I think we could kumbaya all night. But out of respect for everyone's time, I think we should say adios, partners. And I think the next time we see everyone, I don't know, we might do a live stream later if we feel like we need to answer more specific questions. If we just need to do a campsite live stream or a match live stream or whatever, maybe we'll have Mike and Land come on and we'll specifically do a match live stream once we have some more details, some squatting details, things of that nature. And if you guys want to see Paul more on the show, I know we haven't live streamed in a while. Clearly, you guys want to see it more. If you guys want to see Paul come back, go follow him on Instagram. Doesn't matter where you do it. Follow him on Tattoos by Paul or Milsurp Rifles, either one, and say, hey, tell Clay we said to get your ass back up here, and we will do it for sure. Make sure you go see him while you're at KB. Sign up. Get a freaking tattoo. Even if it's your first one, get your first tramp stamp at Kalash Bash. It's just no butthole, no nipples or buttholes, apparently.
That's right.
Tramp stamps are doable.
Somewhere.
Can you give them a preview of the Milsurp Rifles page?
Yeah, I did earlier too.
Okay, sorry. I didn't know. I didn't see it.
Yeah, just to show you guys again. Oh, you don't have it tagged on your other channel.
No, I'm not allowed to in Austin.
Gay. Well, there it is.
Look at this, dude.
Hey, Paul's been around the block on Instagram for a while. Like, this is
Oh,
a
yeah.
substantially large channel.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't the first military surplus page, but I got in pretty early.
Hell yeah. I remember when we first started working with Paul, I didn't realize he was the Milsurp Rifle page right away. And I think I'd been following the page for quite some time and just didn't even put two and two together. But yeah, Paul's been on Instagram for a long time. I think the majority of the people on this stream probably were already following him and didn't even realize it yet if they didn't make the connection.
Yeah.
I think it's so cool that you have customers who are like, they're paying you in badass guns for tattoos.
And I have bartered so many guns for tattoos. I love it.
Can you share with us just real quick, like just a very unique story, or probably one of the coolest stories where like you did a tattoo and the guy's like, check this out. And it was like, what he brought you was pretty wild. Like, do you have any stories off the top?
Well, I did have this one guy who was, I guess, unfortunately for him, he was a diabetic and had one of his legs cut off. He had been a lifelong gun collector and he couldn't go shoot anymore. So he contacted me. He wanted a bunch of like a full back piece and some work on his torso. And he basically just every time he came in was bringing me top shelf stuff, Les Bear 1911s, Mahdi AKs. I mean, just over the top stuff. And so it was great. I couldn't believe that we had somehow hooked up and, you know, I helped relieve him of his collection and he got some nice tattoos. So, yeah.
So we just shared a little life hack for those of y'all who are looking to step your gun collection game up. Learn how to tattoo.
I've built most of my collection off of barter.
Yeah.
So it's safe to say that you do take nice guns as payment.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, nice. I wish I could do that at my day job.
You should have like a payment thing on your thing where it's like you accept ammo, like kind of like gold. Like that would be very wild, wild west of you to accept like gold and silver and ammo in trade for tattoos.
I do.
That's cool.
Nice watches, silver, gold, guns, all that stuff. I'll take it.
Right. Cool. All right. Well, I think I'm good. If y'all are, I'm ready to pass the fuck out.
Oh, Tony said a bad word again.
Oh, shit.
All right, everyone. Again, thank you all for watching. Paul, thank you for joining us tonight.
Appreciate you
Tony,
having me.
Thanks for helping me with this live stream and hosting the event. Thank you. Yes, sir. And again, thanks everyone for watching. We will definitely see you all next time. Make sure you're following Kalash Bash on Facebook and Instagram. Keep an eye on your emails. That's the best way to stay on top of things. Apparently, there's a Discord now. I will try to get involved with that as best I can. And we will see you all as soon as we see you. Later.
Have a good one.